Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in. And let's start off with this tweet here from Watcher Guru. So we do see just in over $8.3 trillion was wiped out of the US stock market in 2022. Now that the new year is here, I hope everyone achieves their goals, and I really do hope that we all achieve financial freedom this year. If it's not this year, I mean, hey, it's all good. I do think that this is the year of building, growing, and I also think it's going to be the year of accumulating. And I think that we are going to be accumulating a lot of these undervalued gems. I've been telling you guys for a long time around this market that when we look at what has happened around the entire stock market, around crypto, around the entire economy, it is building up for one big event. Things are starting to break, which we've been addressing. We've been focused on what the Fed has been doing. We've been focused on the spending and things like that. There's been a ton of ups and downs, and I think that we are all ready to kind of just, all right, let's start to trail sideways, let's start to build, let's start to accumulate, and then after that, we start to really kind of move to the upside. Just like every other major bear market in history, I do think that we will start to see that, uptrend. There's been a few people that I've been watching on Twitter kind of post their charts, kind of look at a few things. A lot of people believe that Bitcoin is in a bullish divergence right now. I think that a lot of people are looking at the RSI, looking at the overall falling wedge of Bitcoin in the macro, and really kind of looking at the overall next move that we could see from Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people are anticipating $100,000 plus. I don't know if we're going to see that in 2023, but it would be amazing to see that. But we do see here from Crypto Bull God. Highly suggest you guys go check him out. He's quoting Tech Dev. And we do see May 2023, resume the storm. And here we have wishing everyone a prosperous 2023, expecting it to be the year the wedge finally breaks and the larger trend resumes. And here we have the storm up here. We have the eye of the storm, and we have Bitcoin's price action. This is on an inverted chart. I mean, me personally, yes, when we look at this chart on an inverted chart from the all-time highs from, November of 2021, and we really kind of look at where we are at now, yeah, things look pretty interesting here. Now, all of these technical analysts, and when we look at a lot of these charts, not all of them are right all the time. I mean, listen, this is possibilities of what could happen. So I don't make my assumptions and I don't make my moves based on just one chart or anything like that. But one thing that I do know around this entire industry, as well as around all stocks and stuff, is that we have been massively oversold. I mean, this year, or I shouldn't say this year, but 2022 was a crazy year. I mean, anyone that was in crypto, anyone that was following stocks, anyone that was following anything around finance and the economy, we all know how big the events were. We all know how bearish the events were. And now we're at a time in, this market, we're at a time in finance where we look at things and we're like, okay, what's going to happen next? How can we prepare? And to me, the way to prepare is just not to only accumulate crypto, but I've been accumulating gold and silver. I've been looking at other major investment vehicles, waiting on the sidelines for real estate to cool down. But yeah, I think that this is going to be exciting in terms of 2023, and I think that 2024 is also going to be a very, very exciting time around this market. And I think that we have an incredible opportunity in front of us to accumulate a lot of these assets that are extremely oversold. We will address that as well. But here we have from Real Studio Blue, be in the right asset or vanish away. Ripple is in the position that I compared to Amazon, and it was Amazon Books in 1997, and Books is cross-border payments for Ripple and XRP. We are so lucky as an early investor. And listen closely to this video from Brian Brooks.
And I've been saying for 2 or 3 years now that in crypto, a lot of the projects you see going on here are going to go to zero. But there are Amazon.coms in there somewhere, right? Things, the major protocol layers, the significant network technologies, those are going to make it out here stronger than ever 2 years from now. But things are going to get shaken out now. The scams, the charlatans, the easy money guys, those people are going to get shaken out in the next 6 months, and you're starting to see that now.
And I think Ripple is in a position that I compare to Amazon circa 1997, where Amazon at those age, which you and I will remember, it wasn't Amazon, it was Amazon Books. The name of the company was Amazon Books, and it competed with Borders and Barnes and Noble. Today, obviously, it does lots of things. I think of Ripple, our first vertical. The books is to cross-border payments for Ripple.
And yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about the future around this space. We know that at some point in time, listen, we can't have these scams that are in this market continue to be touted as like the next best thing. We can't have people throwing their money to the wind on assets like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Do they have any sort of utility behind them? I mean, you could technically look at a few things and say, yeah, sure, that's utility. But at the end of the day, we know that these assets are complete trash. I mean, I look at a lot of these assets in this space, and I kind of laugh to myself about how these billionaires and these higher ups kind of tout these tokens, and everybody, in the retail just runs off the cliff with them, not realizing that they're getting rich hand over fist from individuals investing into these tokens that they are continuously saying that, Dogecoin's the future, Dogecoin's the future, we're adopting Dogecoin for payments, and everyone just runs to it. So, yeah, to me, I think that we do need regulations. I think that we need the right regulations, and I do believe that Ripple is in a very strong position. I do think that XRP as a digital asset that Ripple utilizes is an incredible powerful vehicle to not only disrupt cross-border payments, but disrupt any payments. And I think that XRP being that bridge asset and providing atomic settlement between any currencies is a big innovation. And we do see over here, it's clear what Goldman Gary's motives are. Is Congress in collaboration with this to lock retail investors out? Can you at least draft legislation to protect and constitute rights to DeFi and self-custody? And yeah, I got tagged in this from Cryptomaniac, and I read it, and it was I listened to it, sorry, and it was very interesting to an article that I recently read around this possible scenario. Listen closely to this.
They're trying to capture this entire sector through this library case effectively, and then they want to turn around and use that precedent in the Ripple case and apply it to XRP as well. But make no mistake, if they have their druthers, they will completely lock out retail from this entire sector, and it'll only be the banks that are effectively able to use this stuff.
And they want to change the accreditation to $10 million of net worth versus $1 million. And then
Right.
we see, we understand this, right? These are Goldman Sachs guys and gals and basically just Wall Street guys. It's a revolving door, right, between the Wall Street guys, and then they head on into regulatory service. They are of service. I call them Good Guy Gary. Some people call him Goldman Gary, right? And so what you're saying is they're protecting the interest of the banking, the old world, right? And holding back. And this is why they went after Ripple, is because XRP, simply stated by Ripple in 2017, XRP was to become a reserve currency that was as liquid as a G10 currency.
And yeah, I mean, in my opinion, do they want to lock retail out of this space? Do they want the banks and institutions to only be the ones to utilize this technology? It definitely could be. It definitely could be. When we really look at things happening around this space and around this sector, we know that there is a ton of corruption. We know that the big guys, the big banking giants, do not want assets like XRP to succeed. Listen, if Ripple succeeds in their mission, in their goal, and in their vision, then these major companies, these major banking giants, will fall. Why? Because we will eat so significantly into their food chain, their monopoly system that they have created, and have gotten rich off the backs of retail individuals for so long. This would cause a catastrophic event in the traditional banking sector. This is why they are fighting against it. And yeah, do I think that they could push to have retail locked out? I talked to you guys about the $10 million, idea, how they want accredited investors to have $10 million before even touching DeFi. How insane is that? How insane is that? Think about how crazy of an idea that is. This is why they want you out. This is why they have been trying to shake people out. You know, for the longest time, the FTX situation, the Luna situation of 2022, I told you guys, this stuff is pre-planned. Immediately, like I'm talking hours after those events, we had elites pushing their regulatory frameworks and ideas. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. And we do see over here, I know of only one company, Ripple, in the digital asset space that has been completely transparent and has been attacked for years for providing that transparency while many others conducted frauds, scams, pump and dumps, anonymous founders, and disguised ICOs. I mean, we're all watching this massive show. We are all watching this massive show unfold in front of our face. Shout out to Digital Asset Buy for this video. Listen closely to this.
It's very inconceivable that the entire system is not fraught with the same amount of fraud across the board, so that once it destabilizes and it starts to go down, the whole damn thing's going to go down hard. And all I can suggest, and what I suggest everybody to know, is get to the sidelines, get to safe ground, because when some bitch goes, it's going to be ugly.
Well, and another thing, Mark, is that people are running from digital assets right now as a result of the FTX debacle, because they don't understand the nature that FTX is not crypto. FTX is like the custodian of the crypto, but certain assets within the crypto market or the digital asset market are they are going to be the savior on the flip side of this. You said it, we talked about it earlier, specifically because of their transparency.
Right. You know, you've either got an open set of books or you got a closed set of books.
And yeah, I mean, I do think that a lot of retail was shaken out. And I really think that there's a very large percentage of the general public that will no longer touch crypto because of the FTX situation and how the media twisted it to say, you know, crypto's a scam. Stay out of crypto if you want to save your money. Don't even touch crypto. Sell it all. Get out of it. You do not want any crypto in your portfolio. That's right. We've seen it touted on CNBC. We've seen it touted across all of the mainstream media news outlets. I mean, at the end of the day, check out the stock market. $8.3 trillion gone. Gone. Decimated. And here we are in crypto, right? I have the XRP and the dollar chart over here. Remember, the biggest factor to watch is the US dollar. I mean, here's March of 2020, down 13.4%. Here's the dollar. The dollar is down 9.9%. You know, if the FTX situation never happened, this candle here on the weekly would have had crypto going a little bit crazy. For an example, I want to show you guys this because I really do think that XRP would have behaved a little bit like this. So here is here's a bars graph, and I just want to really kind of just show you guys something very interesting about the entire FTX situation. So in my opinion, this is how XRP would have behaved if we didn't see the FTX situation. Just to give you guys a quick idea, this is November 7th, right around the time. So in my opinion, when we look at XRP, I do think that we would have been trading at around like roughly 60 cents right now, maybe even higher. Maybe even higher. It all depends on the market conditions. But I do think that Bitcoin would have been at like 25K, to be honest with you guys. But we would have hit around like roughly 70 cents. And this is like major resistance as well. So like this would have been perfect. And we would have still been trailing under the 61, 60 some cent fib level, which is a very hard fib level to regain. I mean, like this is the 0.5 on the macro. We've bounced off of it before, you know, going all the way back to the summertime. But this would have been crazy. This would have been crazy to look at because the dollar looks like it still wants to go much lower. In my opinion, on the weekly, we're on the weekly chart here, RSI trailing much, much lower. We need a significant bounce on the dollar right here to have this sort of idea from May of 2021 kind of play out, to have a nice impulsive move back up. If we don't, then we're coming back down to the September 2020 and around like roughly the December 2020 lows on the RSI. And you know, it wants this fib level down here. It wants the 0618, which is this next fib level on the board. It broke down all, like we've been focused on this. It broke down below all major, demand zones. And again, like the next level is probably around like 102. And XRP looks very good. I've been focused on XRP for a very long time. A lot of people have been telling me like, hey, XRP is about to crash. It's about to go here, go there. You know, one thing that I would love for all of you to understand is that, you know, we don't even have a confirmation of XRP going lower until we break down below 32 cents. Like this 31.84 level is the level that I'm watching for. Why? Look at the weekly. Look at the weekly. It's held up on the weekly for so long on this major demand zone. And this demand zone goes all the way back in time. Not around this time. Like this is resistance. It was playing against resistance here. But back here you can see all of the demand around the zone. So I love to see it holding that area. I think that 32 cents is a very strong, level for XRP to hold on to. So we will continue to watch this chart until this breaks. But in my opinion, when we look at what's happening around crypto, I do think that 2023 is going to be an incredible year. I think that there's been so much bearishness. I think that we've seen the media kind of twist the words, twist the news outlets around FTX and say, okay, retail, stay the hell away from crypto. It is a scam. And when we see the media doing that, when we see them playing into that, that is a good thing. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.